Oh my God, that's a new theme song. But you know what? You're in the place you always should be. It's another edition of Brothering Around. It's episode number 36. I think I got it right on that one. 37? 30. We're at episode 55. I don't know. Which one are we? We'll just
36, I think.
36.
36. And, you know, I don't like to brag, but I like to consider myself the Jeff Jarrett of Brothering Around.
Are you going to go on an extended sleeve? Is that
No, see, I'm going to come out. My jacket doesn't have sleeves on it. I'm going to stand around. My guitar never has strings for some reason. I have it, but I don't play it. You know. That's it. I'm going to hand out tacos to the nice Mexican people in the crowd.
Oh my God.
Throw beers
that's
at
how you That's how you get over.
Yeah, that's just great. You know, it's worked for me. I can't say that for everyone, but it's worked for me. I'm Wes Gardner, Kami the Hobo, your host. Over there, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Marco Flores.
Yes, sir. Didn't break the law this week.
This is the one. This is your week of Did you get a coin or anything for not breaking the law for a week? Like, is it like a program?
No.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you get 1 week
award.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 1 week since my last citation.
Your community service is you have to host a DARE seminar. You have to show up in a bear costume, talk about how drugs are bad.
What are you on? What are you on? It ain't like that.
It's like stared straight.
Fella.
Yeah, listen, Abby. This fitting to be a breeze.
Gonna be a breeze.
And we got ToddEVF, the master of the precipice, right over there.
What's going on?
Yes, sir. I see you had the ISP trouble, my friend.
Yes, my internet service provider believes that stable internet is not what we pay for.
How dare you? I mean, what do you think they are? What do you think they're in the business of?
I mean, so all it means is tons of vodcasts. Like while we record this, I have a 38-hour long vodcast running.
Yes, sir.
Because fuck that.
That's doing it, dude. That's good. You are literally in two places at once right now.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's true.
I've been heckling myself the entire time too. It's terrific. I'll pop into the stream and I'm just yourself. Like, come on, streamer.
You'll pop yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, does this guy chat? Is this live? Just ask, is this live over and over and over? Because that's apparently what people do on.
Bit about how I want to PvP. Come on, PvP me, bro.
Like, yeah, fight me in real life.
Stop. Just what was it? Why are you playing this old ass game? Because it's all vampire content. It's like, why are you playing this old ass game? Destiny 2 just came out for the PS4, bruh. And it's
Come on, bro.
PvP me. You got a PS4? You got a PS4? Why didn't you answer me, Strimmer?
Hey, Strummer, what are you doing? I graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs.
You should just spout a line saying like, "I'm not dead yet, motherfuckers."
I ain't dead yet.
And then he can interact, and then you just do whatever you do.
It's like, I lived, bitch. And then we got the hustler making things happen. The person out on the scene, doing the deed, doing the dirty. We got Moriartea.
Hello. I don't know how to take that.
See, and I say doing the dirty because you went to PAX. And those
thankfully, I did not get the PAX pox. Go me.
I was about to say, and those door handles, ooh,
oh my god. To be fair, it must have been that $10 fucking juice bottle I got to keep me from getting the PAX box, but upon, like, you know, I was like halfway through finishing it, and in like the label, like after it explains like what's in it, it's like, may contain harmful bacteria because it's raw juice. What?
Oh, great.
This is supposed to keep me from getting sick, not kill me.
All right.
It's just to kind of help boost your immune system, I guess.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, apparently chlorophyll is an ingredient.
Oh, Jesus.
Explain that one.
Cool.
It was green. It had like ginger and other healthy shit in it. Wheatgrass was in there too. Nah. $10 fucking for that bottle.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're in the wrong business.
Apparently.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing. Yeah, PAX tax. So here's the deal. People will say that shit that organic, you know, it's organic, so it must be good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Try eating poison ivy.
No, thank you.
Like,
so to be fair, you can. It is possible to eat stinging nettles. You boil them. It's like spinach.
oh,
No joke. There's there's also like I say tea in a loose term because it's not from the tea leaf, but that's another discussion for later. Like you can actually like steep it and drink it. No joke.
Interesting.
yeah. What would that taste like though? Like, does it have a flavor or is it?
I don't know, but I think I have a friend that has it, or I know where to get some, so I might have to go look and report back.
Yeah. See, we need to know because like that
buyer.
Yeah, it's like let me call the friend of a friend.
Exactly.
The secret is just like probably with other things, you don't go directly to the source. That's an amateur move. You have a friend buy it for you, and then you give the friend an extra $10 as a finder's fee. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, that's just how we work in the tea business. I mean, that's just how it is. But
enjoy your own supply.
that's right. You don't Scarface your own tea. That's ridiculous. So many a thing happened this week. Mainly one thing, and it's about Jeff Jarrett that makes me laugh. But so we could go at great length about our best Jeff Jarrett memories, like the time he wore his sunglasses, or the time he whenever he had the stick about the slap nuts. That was a.
I mean, my favorite
had
is
a
when he tried to
manager.
get people to fund Global Force by buying gold from him.
Buying gold, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did we
That's
talk
like-
about this last episode? Or was it the episode before?
Maybe
When was
it was the
episode?
last
Bag,
episode.
actually.
Oh, maybe. I know we talked about it at some point. Anyways.
It's like whenever Trump put out those Trump steaks, but you could only buy them at the Sharper Image.
God.
You could only buy them at fucking Radio Shack, because like when I think steaks,
I think Radio Shack.
I think an electronics store.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, so when I think Carney Wrestling, I think I want to buy gold. Here's a coin that has a picture of a guitar on it, and it's a limited edition. Enjoy.
Well,
It's just slap nuts on the side.
You had to join Team Jarrett first off, and for your initial donation to Team Jarrett to be part of the team, you got assigned 8x10 or some shit.
Oh boy!
And then you had to sell gold. So, I mean, it was like a total. I mean, this isn't even an alleged thing. Like this, it was a fucking pyramid scheme. Like that's exactly what it was.
But of course it was, because even when Jeff Jarrett was quote unquote like a household name, he sucked. Like it was just one of those things. Even as a kid, you realize it. Like, why is this guy on my screen right now? Like,
The
I
only
could be.
reason he was so over was because his daddy owned a territory.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I don't even feel like he was ever over, really. Like, I feel like he was, like, wedged in to stand beside people that were over. Like, he worked with the people that were over. But he never got over.
And he was there before things got hot. Right? Like...
Oh, yeah, because he had the long
Monday Night
bouffant
Raw, like,
haircut.
was almost taking off, but he left before, Attitude Era fully, embraced it.
Yeah, he has the worst business sense.
The
Because
worst
he's like,
thing.
Monday Night Raw, this isn't going anywhere. And then he leaves, and then that shit takes off. And then he's like, what is it? TNA, this is the hottest program I've ever seen. And then, like, the X Division, wonderful. And then he goes in, and that fucking tanks. Like, this guy is kryptonite. But
I don't fucking understand. Like, I've been following the entire debacle all fucking day. Yeah. And it does not make any goddamn sense.
So, for those that don't know, Jeff Jarrett owned a company called Global Force Wrestling. And it was trying to get into the sort of indie hype, New Japan, Ring of Honor. Hey, we got the best talent. We're going to put on the best shows. We're going to go, to baseball fields. We're going to go out into the community and do cool community service things. And then we're going to just run good solid wrestling. Back how things should be. Like, that was the whole pitch. And then...
Yeah, and then follow these wrestlers as, like, reality show, like, kind of like the TNA backstage behind the camera sort of thing.
Yeah, where it was like kayfabe, but like, yeah, they could stretch it a little bit, but you know, everyone's basically in character.
Yeah.
And he just never. I saw, I think, 2, I guess, episodes, and I was like, nope, I'm good. I've seen everything. Like I think so, or they had like an online special or something. Like, yeah, it was like a iPay-per-view or a.
Right.
I can't remember what it was. It was off of a High Spots thing, but they were also part of a Ring of Honor. I think it was the Field of Honor thing where they had the baseball stadium show, and then your opening act. Like, you know, you're going to see the Rolling Stones, and it's like, by the way, before the Rolling Stones come on stage, here's Chuck and the Yokels, and they're gonna play their fucking songs. And you're like, oh, great, can't wait to hear this. But yeah, that's basically what it was, and you feel bad because he got some okay names. You know, people have been by Jeff Jarrett in the business for a while, and you're like, yeah, man, I'll help you out with your new thing, whatever, and they'll go and do some stuff for him. But it never really. There was no direction to this company. It's like you have to have some sort of end goal. Yeah, you need to like have an end goal, and there never was one. Like whenever your first episode is your end goal, where do you go? Well, you're done.
Yeah.
Well, we did it. You know, just make it a pay-per-view. Make it like a what are those Tommy Dreamer things? The House of Hardcore.
Yeah.
Like, make them like that. Make it a once a year Global Force Wrestling. Try to get a bunch of people, you know, together. Make it a big event and then be done. Like, what are you doing trying to make a fucking weekly show? Like, you're dead in the water before you start.
I will like I followed TNA almost from the beginning, back when it was weekly pay-per-views. And I mean, this is before Dixie got involved. This was when it was Jarrett and Russo, which it was rough, but we got some great names out of it. We had some great talent, and I mean, that's what got people to actually buy the fucking $10 a week pay-per-view to kind of see what was going on.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Ricky Steamboat involved. You had I mean, he was one of the big names. You had he was an authority figure too. You had Ron Killings, who didn't do shit at that point, and then he became a breakout in TNA. Yeah, and Christopher Daniels, Elix Skipper. I mean, you had all these great talent, and this was all under Jarrett, and it worked. The problem is Jarrett believes that he should be the guy for the company. So you would see a lot of these things where he would be like, oh, hey, back then they were affiliated with the NWA. So it was like, oh, I'm now the NWA champion. And you're like, fucking what?
Yeah, it's like, oh, good.
I've now had the championship 6 times. Like, why? You know? And it's just, oh, well, we gave it to AJ once. Like, well, fucking he deserved it. Like, you own the goddamn promotion, which is hemorrhaging money, which apparently that's what Global Force is doing now. But yeah, I mean, it's Dixie got involved. Jarrett got out. She brought Bischoff, Hogan, and I forget who else. Bischoff's business partner. I forget his name. Harvey, whatever.
Yeah.
And for 3 years, they ran that company to the ground. So
surprise.
Yeah, right. I mean, she was essentially the anti-Jarrett, because Jarrett was all about like, I have to be the guy, blah 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 blah. With her, yeah, later on she became part of the show, but she was a mark. She was a fucking mark the entire time. So
and whenever you have Bischoff, who was accused of kind of the same thing. Yeah. Like, he just wanted to be part of the boys, you know, with NWO and all that stuff. And it worked out great at the first, but then it just oversaturated and then it fell off the rails. And then, you get another mark, like Dixie, and then she falls for all the hype as well.
Yep.
It's funny, you know, Marco, you said get high on your own supply. And it's like, it made the Scarface reference, but it makes sense here. Like, this is what happens when that happens, is you start believing your own bullshit. And... it just, TNA once you have,
TNA Global Force, whatever the fuck you want to call them, has been on the brink of going out of business for what, the last 10 years now?
Oh, easy.
Yes. It's like
Easy.
Every couple months. Like Anthem picked it up in February. 8 months later, not even 8 months later, they're like, oh, we're ready to fucking drop it.
Yep.
This like, news is basically a repeat of what happened like how many months ago?
Yeah, I mean,
the same exact thing, hemorrhaging money. You know, they're like literally almost dead, and then all of a sudden some network is going to buy them, and then they're good for like the next 3 months or something.
Well, and it's part of it's their business strategy. Like,
right,
they'll let their guys work other shows, which is great because they tape like 2 months worth of TV in 3 days, basically. So you got these guys that are just sitting around doing nothing. You know, let them work other promotions, let them do their shit.
Yeah.
But they're gonna, you know, according to the contracts, their Global Force has to approve the booking, which I understand. You don't want somebody getting hurt and so on and so forth. But then they also take a 10% fee.
Nope.
Like a bigger fee, right?
Yeah, they take a 10% fee off of the booking. Yeah. So let's just say you're booked and you know you're making $1,500. Global Force is getting $150 off of your booking, and then you got to pay for your travel, your accommodations, all the other shit. All your merchandise, all that money goes to Global Force. I mean, I understand in New Japan, like the guys don't make anything off of their merch. That's why a lot of them have like pro wrestling tee shops and such.
Yep.
But I mean, it's just such shitty business, and it's, you know, and I hate to put it this way, it is typical Carney shit that they're doing. I mean, the talent that Global Force, TNA, whatever the fuck they're going to be like when they get bought out, probably in a couple months, whatever they are. They have a great roster. They have great talent, and I want to see them succeed. But the office doesn't want them to succeed, and that's what's causing the problem. And that's been the problem since 2003. The company opened in 2002. I mean, they had one really good year, and then after that, like they got their first TV deal, and everything went fucking downhill. So,
yeah. And you know who looks like a genius coming out of all this? Which is so surreal to say. Billy fucking Corgan.
Oh, okay.
The lead got fucked.
The lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins. So how he fits it. Yeah. So he got screwed out of the deal. But the thing is, he was able to at least keep some of the money that was invested. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he got some sort of buyout. I can't remember the exact things of the deal. But he's out. He has a little bit of something.
Yeah, Anthem paid back the pending debt towards him.
Yes,
when they did the buyout.
That's right. So he got a little something out of the deal, and now he has his hands. That dirty laundry is done for him. He doesn't even have to touch it.
Isn't he in process of buying NWA as well?
Yeah,
or is that all done?
Yeah. See, and what I thought he should have done this whole time, he should have had the full TNA deal. He should really carny it up. He should get NWA. He should get, you know, if he wants to be part owner of Ring of Honor, like whatever. Let him go do it and then sell all those tape libraries to WWE.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bingo. Done and done. You have no overhead now. They have all the tapes that they can put on their servers. You just got a crazy payday. The boys that are on the tapes get some sort of royalty check. Well, actually, I don't think they do on the WWE network as it stands right now. But I know
depends on the contract.
Yeah. So, but I guess that's going to be a thing going forward. Is now people are going to be like, okay, what's my share of WWE network subs? Is it how much time my stuff is watched, or is it a program I was on? You know, like basically, how are we going to put this out across 600 talent? 600 wrestlers. Like, how are we going to pay this out? But yeah,
I think it'd be very much like they used to do the DVD royalties.
Yeah,
it'd be something along the lines of that.
Like if you were on the show, basically.
Yeah, if you were on the show, yeah.
Yeah, because it's funny because that's how like local rock music, like the shows like that. I don't know if you've ever been to like the local, metal shows or something. But what they do is, you'll go, and then if you pay at the door, you pay your $7 or whatever for a cover fee, and then they'll be like, "What band are you here to see?" And then you'll be like, "Oh, I'm here to see blah blah blah," and they're like, "All right," and then they have a little chart, and they just put a little dot next to it, like bloop. And then, at least the places I went, and then at the end of the night, they would look and be like, well, 200 people came and 180 came to see the main event, so they get a majority of the...
they get a majority of the gate, and the rest, it's like divvied up between the 4 other bands that were out there selling tickets and trying to party it up.
Yeah, they have their T-shirts, the poor high school kids that custom made their own T-shirts are out there like, please buy our shirt. But yeah, so the whole Global Force thing, it's kind of bad because I actually forgot they existed. Which sounds pretty terrible. I was like, oh yeah, the Jeff Jarrett thing. And that's the only thing that I thought about it. I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah. But we can buy some gold. Hey, we should get in on that right now. We should go in. We should buy all that fucking gold. And then before he goes crazy, and then he's like, it's all worthless, and it's like, haha, bitch, we got all the gold, and then we can resell it as a collector's item.
Well, what is it? One of the latest little things, and as I said, I've been trying to keep up with this. Is he's apparently updated like his social media shit, and one of the things he updated is the fact that he's now taking bookings.
Oh my god!
Interesting.
He updated
which is never a good sign.
He updated his LinkedIn profile.
Add
me on LinkedIn for my resume.
His Twitter and his Instagram. You can now book him for shows.
Oh boy! Well, I'm get that iron while it's hot, baby.
Beautiful.
Because man, I'll tell you what, nothing's gonna draw more money to your promotion than Jeff fucking Jarrett.
You know what? Like, if I had the money to do so, I would book him just to job him the fuck out.
Oh, yeah. To the local guy, too. And do it to the local guy. The guy up and comer. He just came out of, like, the New Japan Dojo or something. Or
not even. Not even. He's worked, like, maybe 2 student shows.
Job him to, like, Yoshitatu, the Bullet Club Hunter.
Oh, shit! Yoshi. Oh, yeah, the Bullet Club Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and fucking Billy Gunn.
There you go.
Oh my god. And like, here's the thing: Billy Gunn looks too good to be so terrible. Like,
right.
He has the perfect build. He has like the perfect. Another guy. This dude gets a lot of hate, but I'm kind of a mark for him. Is Al Snow? I think Al Snow. I think Al Snow's a genius because
he legitimately is.
Because he's such an old school, like, well, no, you see, you gotta have the faces, and you gotta have the heels, and then you gotta he said something that during a training video that I was watching, and it made me just laugh out loud because I was like, I know the point he was trying to make, but he was completely missing the mark. Oh, he was like, well, why would I want to go to a doctor who never broke his own arm? And I was like, wait, what the fuck? What? Like, what are you talking about?
I understood the point he was making.
Yeah, like, you want someone with experience and that knows the drill, but you're like, you want to go to a doctor that broke his own arm? Why? Like, yeah, fuck all that. I didn't think I didn't break his arm.
For all that.
Yes, I know. I'm just coming for these hands. But yeah, like, it's so interesting. But then you have, of course, like Sex Ferguson, who's the cream of the crop. The creme de la creme. So, Marco, you had a real good idea on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought about a few of these. And okay. I'm gonna kind of sweeten the pot. Since this is, we got the new theme song, we got the new vibe. It's the Brethren Around, the gimmick bag, and we got the chocolate and the peanut butter, and it's all coming together. So we got all this going, and so Marco was like, you know what? We should do like 20 questions. We should just think of random questions, the icebreakers. This is our first day on the job. We gotta be like, well, hi, I'm so and so, and I work in the blah 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 department, and
Go around in the circle.
I like the oatmeal cookies and the long walks on the beach, and then you just go to the next person. So that's what we're doing. But you had a good idea that find a question and we each answer it. That way, you, the viewer, the public, the Brothering Around universe, get to hear the different takes on these questions. Yeah. So I'm just gonna come right out and say it. What is everyone's favorite video game system? Ever. Ever. We're dropping bombs right up front.
Okay.
And I mean, it could be really whatever you want. If you just like the look of it, if you like a few of the games, but you understand another system has better games, but like it doesn't even matter. Like it's not this had the better games and this was it doesn't matter. Like if you gun to your head, you had to pick a favorite video game console system, which one would it be?
Damn. I'd say the PlayStation.
Regular PS1?
PS1. It kind of defined my gaming everything.
Sure. Yeah.
Like and I grew up through Nintendo's Sega Master System and Super Nintendo. And Super Nintendo was great too.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Like my definition of gaming was in the PS1 era.
Heck yeah.
The big old cover boxes and all. Like they're bigger than the game itself, and
they were like 4 times larger, and it was cool.
Yeah,
that is great. I remember getting the original Destruction Derby, and that box was 7 foot tall, and you open that shit like you peel it open, and it has that weird. And I never understood this part. It had a weird like block of foam.
It did
like
a block of nothing.
Of nothing, like 3 feet away from the disc.
And the game manuals were as tall as well.
Yeah, they had to custom print them on like ridiculous newspaper paper or something. Yeah. They were like, "How did you find paper this size?" The only better boxes were the
buy enough boxes and you do a domino effect with them.
All right, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we just shake the foundation of your house.
There you go.
Like the only better, and by better I mean way more stupid boxes, were Eidos. People that made Tomb Raider and stuff like that. They published PC games, like physical PC games for a while, and the box looked like a pyramid. Like it was super wide at the base. It was like 1.5 feet long at the base, and then it came up and then like flattened up top and everything. Like I know Tomb Raider the original came out on one of those boxes. Both of the Thief games I think did, and then Final Fantasy 7 and 8 did. And God, those boxes are hideous. Oh, they're so ugly. It's like, why would you do this? Like, who made you like this?
Who made you like this?
Who made you like this? But I'm gonna go out on a limb. It doesn't have the best games. It doesn't have the games are fine on it and stuff. But I just like it because of the history. I like it because whenever I first saw this system, it literally made my jaw drop. Was the Sega Dreamcast. The first time I remember I was in a Sam's Club, we were getting groceries for God knows what, like the only reason you go to Sam's Club is to get like a 40-gallon barrel drum of mayonnaise. Like they just have way too much food for no reason. Like, you're gonna buy some chicken? All right, we have an 87-pound bag of chicken in the back we can bring out, and you're like, sure. Well, we won't have to go grocery shopping for a year. Yeah, yes. Like they thought we were like camp counselors buying food for 500 people. So like, but you go to Sam's Club and you buy your army ration of food, and then you leave. But they had a Dreamcast set up, and on the screen was NFL 2K.
Oh wow, okay.
And I was like, what is this? Like, I thought some sorcerer, like, came in and just made... Because this looked better than arcade shit. I was like, whoa. Like, look how smooth the animation is. Look how good the graphics look. Like, the sound is on point. What is this thing? And then after that, I think the second game I saw on it was Sonic Adventure. The first Sonic Adventure game, the 3D one, where... the game's terrible, by the way. It has not aged well in the least. But you see that the first time, and Sonic's running, 100 miles an hour, and that whale's jumping behind him on a bridge. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, this is unbelievable. But yeah, it had hot hits, man. It had Shenmue, which, the better version of Shenmue is Yakuza. And I'll say that till my dying day. Yakuza took Shenmue and made it a fun, good video game. So, yeah, those are fighting words. We're going to get a lot of hate mail. How dare you? Shenmue's perfect. Saying like Power Stone.
My demo kiosk of Dreamcast was Soul Calibur. What else? That Leonard Nimoy fish game.
Seaman,
that's right. Seaman
yeah.
And there was another one. Ready to Rumble boxing?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Afro Thunder.
Afro
Thunder.
The Dreamcast kiosk that we had in our local mall was Ready to Rumble, King of Fighters.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yes, sir.
Which was like, and the other one I could give a shit less about because King of Fighters. So
and that was King of Fighters 99, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that was. Yeah. Oh
yeah,
man,
buddy.
99. I think that was shit.
God, you got some dank hits right there, and like Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah.
As much as I like, there's a few of them that I'm just like, holy shit! Like I could go this route, but I have to go with the with the TurboGrafx.
Oh, interesting. That's a good take.
Oh yeah.
It had a very unique card system to it. Don't get me wrong, the Sega Master System had a card system as well to it, in a sense. But fucking Splatterhouse. I can't argue with Splatterhouse.
It's true. And TurboGrafx is one of those that like, yeah, and like TurboGrafx is one of those that if you look at prices on eBay now, you either have people that are like, this box of junk and I need to get it out of my room. And you can grab the TurboGrafx system and like 8 games for like $20, buy it now. Or you have
because it only had one fucking controller port.
Right. Or you have the people that are like, what's this old relic? And then they look at it and they're like, $900, please. And you're like, no, what? Like, get out of here.
The entire library of the TurboGrafx.
Yeah. How many North American games were TurboGrafx? It was less than 100. It was something like that. It was like 74, 75 published TurboGrafx.
Something like that. Yeah. The big hits were Splatterhouse and I want to say Bonk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Were the two big gets for TurboGrafx, but the graphics were on point.
Yes.
It's hard to explain why it was so good, but it's one of those. It was a kind of ahead of its time.
Oh, sure.
It was a newcomer.
Absolutely. It was a newcomer, but it also you look at a game like Splatterhouse, you wouldn't see that on a Genesis. You wouldn't see that on a Nintendo console. You would see that in an arcade, and it kind of gave you that. The only other thing that would be on par with something like that, and I didn't want to go this route because it's kind of fucking cheating, was the Neo Geo.
Yeah.
You had to be rich.
First off, you had to be rich. Secondly, your cartridge for the Neo Geo was the same they used in the goddamn arcade cabinets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just bought the AES or whatever, the home console version of it. Yeah, those AES things are insane expensive now.
Oh, yeah.
Todd, I don't mean to make you feel old, but I actually had to look up what the fuck you were talking about because I'd never heard of it before.
Look at my cane.
Back in my favorite game console was Hoop and Stick.
We had to go we knew we had to travel a ferry to Japan to get there.
Took us 14 weeks to get there.
I used to play the Super Bengay.
Yeah. We found a bucket in the yard. And then we found a rock that might work, and we got 50 yards away from 50 paces. We saw who would make the rock in the bucket.
So was it the Turbo Graphics that you had to look up, or the Neo Geo?
The Turbo Graphics. The Neo Geo I've kind of heard of.
All right. Fair
Turbo
enough.
Graphics, I had no idea what the fuck you were going on about. I had to look.
This man's speaking crazy.
Yeah. See, now we gotta go.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, now we gotta go deep. You gotta look up the Vectrex. You gotta look up. You gotta
Spectrum.
look up the the Spectrum. You gotta look up the Apple II. You gotta look up. Absolutely. Yeah. We'll get you there.
I'm trying to think of a console, and I'm so torn. Because I remember playing the Sega Genesis a lot when I was younger, and then after that, I had like no in between. I went from like Sega Genesis to like PS1.
Oh wow! Yeah,
I skipped a fuck ton of stuff.
That's a jump. Yeah,
it is a jump.
Personally, like I was kind of the same way. Like I had friends that had the different consoles, but I didn't.
Right.
I had the Sega Genesis. I had the Sega CD. I didn't have the 32X. But then from there, we jumped right to PS1, and it was just it was like shit. Like what just happened?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time choosing between the two.
Between the Sega Genesis and the what was it?
PS1.
PS1? Okay. All right.
Like I have very, very fond childhood memories of like playing on both.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Flip a coin?
All right.
50-50. I don't have a coin near me. Fuck, someone do it for me. I have no currency.
Oh, and
I spent it all at PAX.
We had the site for a flip a coin.
Yeah, we do. Oh shit, we can look that up. Oh, that JRPG battle royale we did. Oh my god, that was a train wreck. It was like the best train wreck we've ever had, though.
It was.
Because whenever you have no control over how a show is gonna go, it's you literally flip the coin, and then you have to do that one episode we did it 16 times, and then had to talk about like each of these matchups, and I was like, holy shit, like this is chaos. Because we took, what was it, 32?
Something like that.
32 PS, or just it was Japanese role playing games. Any across all deals. I can't remember what we had the cutoff date as. I think it may have been like PS2 ish. Like everything up to PS1 or something like that. And then
up to PS1.
Took all those and then put them in a big pot and like raffled it all off. And then it was single elimination. So you did a flip of 3, and then whoever won goes to the next round. Went all the way to the top of the heap. Oh, anarchy.
Yeah.
And some of those decisions we had to make, you can have nightmares about. You're like,
there's still repercussions.
Because if I asked, here's my second question. My second question for the whole 20 questions. Okay, pick your poison. You got Chrono Trigger or you got Final Fantasy VI. Make your line in the sand.
Oh man, this is a rematch. Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy VI?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no, man. Damn. Final Fantasy VI.
Ooh.
I like saving too much.
I'm gonna make every like nerd guy hate me. I haven't played either.
Yeah. See, that makes sense because those are a very old school style of, like if you didn't grow up with it, there's not a lot of appeal.
TurboGrafx 16.
It makes sense. But the thing is, I will say, out of those two, the one I would recommend you play now is Chrono Trigger.
Right.
Because I think it's shorter, it tells a better story, like there's a lot more going for it.
Yeah, I've actually kind of had that, like my eye on that for like the DS.
Yeah, that's a great version of it. That's a great version of it. Like it has kind of remastered sound. They added a hidden dungeon. There's literally no load times. Like it might be the best version of the game to get. Right? Yes, and you get the PS1 cutscenes without any load times, which is great. Yeah, so it's worth it, and I think you can get it sealed on eBay for like $20. So yeah, well worth it. Highly recommended. In fact, I was looking at it like a week ago because I've been playing my 3DS like crazy. Good God, man. Ever since I got that 2DS XL, that's all I've been. Every single night I put like 2.5 hours in on a 2DS game. Or a 3DS game, I should say. But it's crazy. That system, I'll say it, that system is the best handheld ever made. The freaking 3DS, or because it plays all the regular DS games all the way up 3DS. Like, no contest. I think it's better than the Game Boy Advance. I think it's better than the freaking PSP. Not quite as good as the N-Gage, but you know, it's N-Gage might be the greatest. I changed. It wasn't the Dreamcast. My favorite console of all time is the N-Gage.
Why?
The Ouya.
The Nokia. The R Zone. The Toys R Us R Zone is my favorite.
Okay.
The Sega Nomad.
Sega Nomad wasn't bad.
Yeah. But was it good? But was it good?
I played the shit out of my Nomad.
Oh, it's true. I'm just messing with you.
I mean, arguably, when you think about it, it allowed you to bring your console with you.
That's true. I mean, you brought because so the Sega Nomad, you could play Sega Genesis games on the go, but that thing weighed 9 pounds. Because
and it
you
took
had
like a shit ton of batteries.
Exactly. So it was the size of like a Bible. And then so it's huge. You can't like put it in a pocket. Like this is a thing you put on carry-on luggage. And it takes like 14 AA batteries. And it has 32-minute battery life. Like it barely you turn it on and it just shuts back off. Like it takes all of its power just to boot. Then,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Right. Like,
you could get the expensive ass AC adapter for it.
Oh yeah.
And what the hell was it? There was also the composite kit for it as well, so you can actually hook it up to a TV.
Which is like, why would I get this instead of just a fucking Sega Genesis? Like. You know,
I mean, we had it mostly so like because at the time we were doing a bunch of traveling. So
wait a minute,
someplace it's just like
you're telling me that you're using this like a Switch.
Kind of.
This is pre-Switch shit right here. Sega does what Nintendo don't. Is all I'm saying.
Hear that, Nintendo? You're ripping them off.
Man.
That's right. They're only 35 years behind the times. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, Nintendo. We still love
Sega finally got a point on you guys. I mean, they had backlit screens, which you guys didn't want, apparently.
True.
And they gave us basically a Switch pre-Switch.
Shots fired. It's fair play. And of course, with the Sega Game Gear, the screen size was that of a postage stamp. But hey, the games looked good. That was if you look at pictures of a Game Gear now, it's laughable because you have this enormous system, right, that you hold in your hands, and the screen is legit the size of like, not even it's half the size of like a playing card,
like a Nokia cell phone or something.
Yeah, one of the old brick phones. Yeah, you could play Snake on it.
Yeah, right.
That's all it was. That was the only fucking game that's my game back in my day. We played Snake, and we liked it.
Oh man! Okay. All right,
yeah.
I got one for you guys. Since you guys are talking about things like pushing things like to the general audience, what was the thing that you were trying to push? It could be anything like comics or a video game or a TV show that you were really going for, but it didn't pan out. Like it kind of got dead in the water. Like I was trying to push for, one of the Sentai shows that were not Power Rangers, like not VR Troopers. VR Troopers was okay. VR Troopers was like the ultimate, right?
Bad.
Sure,
wasn't too bad, right?
But like. Big Bad Beetleborg's one of theirs too.
Big Bad Beetleborgs, yeah, you got lesser known there, and then you have like there's this, I forgot, there was this USA show of like Knights of Hollywood or something, and it was like this really bad like Sentai show. I was like, yeah, it's actually pretty good, but it's like, no, it's really not.
Yeah.
Like the background, like big monster screen was just like this hue of black and blue, like it's trying to be like some sort of sunset, but it's not. And it's not exactly what it's supposed to be. And like that was my thing. I was trying to push this show. I was like, yeah, it's actually good, but it's
you're trying to get it over. You're trying to be like, oh man, I found this hot shit. Yeah, you guys need to have.
What is the thing that you were trying to get over, but it didn't pan out or didn't?
Oh man, that's a great question. And I'm trying to think back because I feel like I was kind of an asshole kid. So I was probably trying to get a lot of shit over that probably wasn't very good.
Okay.
But more so than this, and I'm still pushing for this, and Marco, you're going to burst out laughing, man. Okay. You bitches need to watch Battlestar Galactica. I'm telling you. I've been on this kick since fucking 2003.
No quarter. Shit.
Battlestar Galactica. All of you.
Classic Battlestar?
No. I'm talking reboot, son. Like, the classic is, it's set sails, give it a Viking funeral, whatever you got to do to the old one. Just get rid of it. Are you
throwing Caprica in that as well, or?
I dig Caprica. I'm digging it because it was a little misguided. Not the best show ever made, but it did a lot of good things. It had Eric Stoltz.
It did.
It sure did. It had Eric Stoltz. It had all of Eric Stoltz. And, yeah, but I like the idea. I thought it was a little ahead of the curve. Had some interesting stuff. And then there was another show that came out, I want to say a few years ago, that was like a Caprica ripoff. And everyone was like, look how innovative this show is. I was like screaming at the TV. I was like, you fucking people, we had Caprica. And it got canceled because no one watched it.
Hey, what was that show?
I actually don't know, man. It was like... was it like Being Human or something?
Okay.
One of those.
One of those newer shows, right?
Yeah, on like fucking Stars 7, some weird knockoff channel. But yeah, seriously, Battlestar Galactica. But for real, the thing that, and almost because this could kind of be a guilty pleasure thing, right, Marco? Like,
yeah, kind of, yeah, pretty much.
Okay, the thing that you kind of dig and you want people to kind of accept, but you realize this might be kind of trash.
Yeah.
So I really loved Stargate Atlantis. That is maybe
You're the guy.
I'm the one guy. Like people, the actual Stargate fans, like stare at me. They just know me. They smell me. They're like, this fucking guy.
He's the Atlantis fan.
Yeah,
point and shriek like out of fucking Invasion of the Body Snatchers at you every time you walk in.
Okay. Another thing I was trying to push was the XFL.
Oh my god!
I was trying to push for the XFL.
That he hate me. He hate me, love.
I was a fan of the Demons, man. I was a fan of the San Francisco Demons.
I mean, we have New York, New Jersey Hitmen, so
that's right. Oh Jesus! XF fucking L.
Oh man.
That's when Spike TV had a bunch of dumb shows. Like they had XFL, and then they had that roller derby thing. You guys remember that?
I miss roller derby.
Roller jam, yeah.
Roller jam, yeah. And then they had that fucking basketball game on trampolines.
Slam ball. Because Craig from Screw Attack used to play slam ball.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. And he's from your state, man. He's from Texas.
Fucking slam ball.
One thing that I've always, and to this day, I still kind of hope that there's a chance that the show's been off the air for God knows how long. We get here in the States, and we technically did, but it was like not the same. Takeshi's Castle.
Yes, holy shit! Because we got most extreme elimination challenge.
Yeah,
most extreme elimination challenge with a gay Ladouche was the
Guy Ledouche.
Guy Ledouche, that's right.
It was something like that.
Kenny Blankenship.
Yes,
that's right.
and Vic Romano. Oh my god, I fucking love that show.
Vic Romano. Dang.
And what was it?
I would have loved. Apparently, on one of the DVD releases, they included a couple episodes, which was kind of interesting. But I mean, I would have loved to, like, even if like I mean, there's so many fucking channels. Like, you got a game show network. Like, fucking put that on there. Like, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Do something with it, because I would watch the shit out of that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Put it on Hulu. I don't give a fuck.
Put it on Nick at Night, man.
Yeah, Nick at Night. Get me on that CW After Dark. Like, that's fine with me.
You want me to watch your channel? Put Takeshi's Castle on there.
Yeah,
I don't care that the show's hasn't aired in fucking 30 years. I will fucking watch the shit.
That's a call to arms. That reminds me. Growing up, I used to be the biggest mark for the Japanese Iron Chef.
Oh my god, yes.
Because
Japanese Iron Chef was the shit.
It was so good because they're like, a secret ingredient, and then it showed like it spins around and stuff, and they're like, the fucking fish skeleton, and you're like,
and he always does like some weird fucking gesture to like, oh god, I missed that show so
and
much.
He bites, and see the new duder for the Iron Chef America. Yeah, he bites the apple, like he holds up the onion or the bell pepper or whatever, but then he picks up and like I was like, that's a good touch, and he's like, my favorite part, he's like, my uncle. Yeah,
isn't the story? Yeah, like Mark Dacascos is the uncle of the Japanese.
Or the Japanese guy's the uncle of Mark Dacascos. Yeah, and it's like on the soul of my uncle, cuisine or whatever, and like, but it's not nearly as good because it's not as dramatic. Because the Japanese one, man, you would think that if they lost this match, their entire family was in like an execution squad.
Japan would be let down.
That the entire nation of Japan would like lose $1 billion or something. Like the stakes were so high. This was like Air Bud has to save the community center.
Birth rate would be even lower in Japan.
Yeah, exactly. Like there would be a week of mourning that the guy didn't beat the Iron Chef. And like, but then, and it never really happened. It's like anytime a Sakamoto was brought on, Iron Chef Sakamoto, and I was like, oh, this shit's done. Sakamoto got this, and then
it's gonna be a breeze.
Oh, this is gonna be Sakamoto don't play, and then so, like 2 people in the history of the show ever beat Sakamoto, and they were like. They were given the keys to the castle. It was like, you are now the president of Japan. Like, congratulations. Enjoy your new country.
What was he the Iron Chef of?
He was France, I think. He was like Iron Chef France.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about, yeah.
The guy that looks like Nobuo Uematsu, the composer, because he has the glasses on and the little suit back here.
Sakai.
Sakai!
Right.
God damn, you son of a bitch. Like, who are you going to challenge? I'm going to challenge the guy. Your fucking funeral, sir.
Yeah, it's like, bro, death sentence, but, it takes all types.
Started.
Yeah, oh yeah, he lost. Just immediately. It's like, well, just pack it up. Like, the cameraman should just start, like, bending over to unplug the stuff. Like, nope, we're done. It's a done deal.
North Star, you're already dead.
And, like, they kept the same people. The thing about Iron Chef America is they switch out the fucking Iron Chefs all the time. It's like...
Yeah.
So here's Kat Cora. And I was like, yeah, Kat Cora is awesome. And it's like, now here's Alex Bornicelli. And you're like, yeah, she's cool. It's like, yeah, here's Bobby Flay. And I'm like, fuck Bobby Flay. And then it goes over to like, because all these other people. Like, but I'll go off on it. But, okay, Moriarty, is there an item, before I go off on Bobby Flay, is there an item that you wanted to get over that never quite got over? That never...
Nothing that ever... I couldn't think of anything. I really don't know.
Was there anything like at school, like growing up, that you were like, this thing's really cool, but then you felt like I should probably never tell anyone about this thing? Because I feel like that's how I felt about like Iron Chef Japan. Like I couldn't bring that up at like 8th grade. Be like, hey guys.
Yeah.
I really don't remember.
Everything that Moriarty pushed got over.
That's true, man. She's 100%. That's batting 1,000.
Yeah, she's batting 1,000. Exactly.
Unbelievable record. The undefeated.
There you go.
I'm just really amazed by fucking Sakai's record. Like looking at it, 70, 15, and 1.
What a beast! God.
Like a Goldberg record.
And the thing is, like, he was not the most winning Iron Chef. Like, the guy he took over for he was 7-1-0. Like, he only did 7 battles, so it's like whatever. But he's got a higher win-loss.
Yeah.
And Japan won, which was 33-5-1. Had a higher, like, come on.
Good Lord. And those guys are the real McCoy, man. Because now...
They don't fuck around.
Yeah, to go back on that Bobby Flay shit. Bobby Flay has this show called Beat Bobby Flay.
Yep.
And it's all the same. I will... Here's spoiler alert. If you haven't watched any episode of Beat Bobby Flay, I'm about to explain every fucking episode of Bobby Flay. So 2 celebrities come out, and they're like, we know Bobby Flay, and we want someone to beat his ass. And everyone's like, woo! So then they're like, so we found these chefs from, like, the ones from Nebraska, and the other ones from Colorado. And you're like, all right, cool. And it's like, here's Peter. And then Peter walks out, and he's like this badass baker. And it's like, he won the James Beard Award 97 times. And you're like, okay, cool. And then someone, here's Michelle from New Hampshire, and she can cook a deer while it's still being alive, and you're like, that's cool. And then like some weird thing, right? And then they're like, oh, and then they have to battle each other, right? So it's like Bobby Flay's like, yes, your secret ingredient is a red bell pepper. And then they're like, ooh, ah. And they can in all the oohs and ahs. Like you could tell it's just a bunch of people lounging out in the ceiling. And they're all just hanging out like, like being the peanut gallery. And so they battle this little fight, and they make whatever dish, and they have like 20 minutes. And it's like, okay, well, I like this flavor and I like that flavor, so I think this person has a better chance of beating Bobby Flay. Oh, well, good work, yeah. The handshake the other person, they leave. So then it's the Bobby Flay round. And then Bobby Flay's so cocky, he's like, what's your signature dish? And I bet I can beat you cooking your own fucking signature dish. And they're like,
what a dick.
And then he's like, all right, bro, come at me. I cook a mean, chicken and dumplings or something. Like I do secret recipe. I sprinkle some of that secret pixie dust in it. Like I do something, but my chicken and dumplings is the best you'll ever eat. And everyone's like, oh my God, chicken and dumplings. Bobby Flay's never ever cooked chicken and dumplings. Like they build up this thing like this could be the one. This could be the person that beats Bobby Flay. And then they go, oh, well. And then Bobby Flay, he's over there sweating. And then the celebrity judges go and like poke him while he's cooking. Like, hey, Bobby, how you feeling, Bobby? And he's like, I don't know. I'm real stressed right now. And then they bring on 3 other judges. And then they're like, okay, here are the 2 dishes. You have to blind taste test. They say blind taste test. But every episode, the challenger goes first. And then Bobby Flay goes second. Every time. Every fucking time. They never switch it. So if I was a judge on that show, I would know exactly what I was eating. Because I'm like, oh, the first one we get is going to be the challenger, and then the second one's Bobby Flay. Like, in my mind's eye, that's what I'm going to think. But they eat it, and they're like, oh, the challenger is like, this is, a lot of the flavors come together, and and they mumble and whatever. And then it's Bobby Flay's, and textures, and it's a cacophony of flavor. And then Bobby Flay's comes up and like, interesting. I like the take on it. It's interesting because he used peppers. Because that's all Bobby Flay uses is peppers and fucking everything he ever cooks. Oh, it's a pepper.
Pepper.
Oh my God. He used a pepper. Oh. And then, so they eat it. And guess who wins, Marco? Guess who wins?
I gotta take a ponder.
I have a hint. The fucking show's named after his ass.
Is he? Yeah, right.
Of course, it's Bobby Flay. And then
Undefeated?
pretty much. I think he's lost like once, and it was like a mistake or something. And then.
Did somebody get counted out?
They're like, whoops, technicality, sorry, you're out. Yeah. But then the two celebrity judges have this like little moment in the camera before the credits, and they're like, shucks, we thought we got him this time.
I'll get you yet.
Oh, you rascal.
I mean, the one thing you kind of left out is when he has the dish that the person's known for smuggled to him at the beginning of the episode.
Oh yeah, so he could taste it and be like,
so
you know what this needs?
Be like, pick out the stuff. And he's like, I can make this better. Like,
yeah. Come on, he looks at it, he smells it. He's like, this has a distinct lack of peppers.
It's brisket. It's lacking peppers.
Yeah, it's like, this is literally a rice dish, sir. Like, we are making a banana smoothie. For God's sake, don't put a pepper in it.
It's a ghost pepper. I think you
need
something.
Yeah, a subtle pepper. Perhaps 14 cayenne peppers.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use that much pepper. I'm just going to use the tiniest bit of a Carolina Reaper.
Yeah, I won't even. Here's the thing: I won't even use the pepper. I'll just use these seeds. How about that? I'll just use the seeds of this pepper.
Yeah, I'm not using the pepper. That's part of the challenge, right? I can't use the pepper.
Right.
I'm using the seeds. You didn't say seeds,
but it's every time, and he's like, I just made kind of a New Mexico version of this dish. It's like, well, of course you did. That's all you ever cook. It's fucking New Mexico something. Like
I'm looking at some of these dishes like throughout the seasons, and it's like Cuban pork, cupcakes. Like, really? Like, and these are shit he won. Like, he won cheesecake. Like, how many peppers did he use in that motherfucker?
Yeah, it was probably just a giant pepper shaped like a cheesecake.
Yeah, he won cupcakes. He won hot dogs. Like, ice cream sundae. Oh. The fuck?
Win that.
I really don't like Bobby Flay. I really don't.
But like how? But this was the new version of Beat Bobby Flay, because there used to be one called like Bobby Flay's Throwdown or something.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. I'm actually looking at the Throwdown.
Okay, so Throwdown was worse, because you know what he would do? Bobby Flay would fucking fly out to your house and be like, "Bitch, I heard you make brisket," and you're like, "Oh!" And then he was like, "I could make a better one."
Yeah, he would.
Kool-Aid style?
Yeah, he would. If you had a restaurant, he would show up at your restaurant. But like, there was times he would just show up at like you were having a barbecue, and he just like, "What's up?" And you're like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Yeah,
what the fuck are you doing at my house, Bobby?
Like, get out of here, Bobby Flay. And then he would like challenge you, and then invite the whole neighborhood over. And then after he won, he's like, "I told you I'd beat you." And you're like, who the fuck is this guy? And then he like flies away on his private jet. It's like, leave me alone. Like, leave me alone.
Dirty Dozens from In Living Color or something.
This is trespassing, sir.
My community loves the fact that I make caramel donuts with bacon on top. Like, I don't need some guy fucking flying in and being like, "Oh, you think those donuts are good?" Yeah, we do, because they're good. Like, leave me alone. And then he's like, "I'll make you some fucking donuts." And you're like, we've never asked for any of this, by the way. Like, what are you doing here?
Oh,
you know, I'll put it this way: Bobby Flay's not a good brother. He's the first official not good brother list. If we make a not a good brother,
he made that list.
Bobby Flay's number one, numero uno.
I can completely agree with that.
Bobby Flay, not a good brother.
Who else is not a good brother?
Oh, shit.
Question number 2.
Oh, my God.
Jeff Jarrett.
literally not a good brother.
I mean, some of these questions, like, I could just fire off answers real quick. Other ones,
for sure.
I got to think about this. God damn it.
Yeah.
Sexy Star.
Oh, yeah.
Sexy Star, not a good brother right now.
Not a good brother. She could maybe get redemption, but
there's a redemption arc maybe. But
he's got to blow over
in locker rooms to be able to get a redemption, though.
Yeah.
She's Bobby Flayed out.
Bobby
She's gonna show up at wrestling events and be like, "I hear you're good at arm bars."
Yeah,
I'm not good at arm bars. Well, let me show you how good at arm bars I am.
Call them pepper bars now.
Yeah, pepper bars. Oh man. Oh, so we say Bobby Flay not a good brother. Someone who's not a good brother. And I'm just thinking like life in general. You know what I mean? Like just not even just wrestling, but just So
I'm trying to think.
Yeah. Like
we can come back to that if somebody has a question. Right.
And that could be a weekly segment, like who's not a good brother. Like this week, who made the bad list?
I mean, arguably in life, Jeff Jarrett is not a good brother. So.
Yeah, fair play. That's a fair play.
I've been hearing Enzo is not a good brother within the.
Oh no!
Really?
Yeah, I hear he has a problem tipping strippers.
And making Cedric Alexander do all the work before he gets his title shot.
Ooh, I can't wait to watch him get squashed.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah.
You know he's not a good brother. This is a super deep cut, and like, if any of you have watched King of Kong, that documentary about Donkey Kong,
about Billy Mitchell,
Billy fucking Mitchell, the least good brother, with his American flag wearing, tie wearing, big Buffon Ric Flair hair, taking credit for shit.
Record? Well, I submitted a tape an hour ago of me beating my record, which is your record.
Oh, and don't worry that the tape, this fucking VHS tape, has a cut in it. Like, it cuts from me not being the winner to me being the winner. But whoops, it's just a weird glitch on the VHS, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, get out of here with that, Billy Mitchell. Like, what a great documentary, though. Because that really set him up to be the worst heel you could possibly imagine. Because what was the other dude's name? It's like...
Oh, shit.
It was like...
his goddamn name.
It was like, oh, man, you know, I'm just trying my best. You know, I like to improve myself. I'm going to be a Donkey Kong champion. That's, you know, I really love this game. And I have an arcade cabinet in my house. And I'm just going to try real hard. And we're going to do our best. And I'm going to do it for my family. And, you know, I just love this game. And I love life. And then Billy Mitchell's like, fuck that. You're in my house now. And he's like, I'm going to... Steve Weeby, yeah. And then he's like...
You can't even come to the same arcade or come to the arcade because... I have watchers.
Yeah, because I'm here and they're going to tell me what happened. Yeah, like, who does this guy think he is? Like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, also the fact that, like, Billy Mitchell had him jump through so many fucking hoops. Like, oh, well, his machine's probably been altered and stuff like that. So they had to come out and inspect his shit. And, I mean, oh, God.
It's a bad brother move.
Definitely.
Not Sex Ferguson approved.
Yeah.
It's that brother.
Dang.
Let's see. I'm thinking of one question to kind of end it. One question to end this episode of Brethren Around.
Sure. To be continued.
To be continued. Let's see. What is your goal for Brethren Around?
The
show.
Miss America.
The show.
Miss America response.
That's the Miss America. Well, if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be? Like, that's the deep shit I want to know. If we're looking at the future of Brethren Around, what are your thoughts on it?
That's a good question. Because I have no idea.
And okay, here's the thing. We'll make it this way. Let's say there's no budget restrictions. Let's say somehow we could all be in the same place at the same time. Like, perfect dream scenario. Like, if you wanted this shit to be the Ellen show, like, we could talk that big. But, like, your dream scenario of Brethren Around.
Well, I don't want it to be the morning show.
The radio DJ.
The radio DJ show.
Hey, it's Chip and Shitbag in the morning.
No, not that. None of that shit. Hilarious, but not none of that
Right.
Howard Stern stuff.
Yeah. We're gonna get a midget on here, and he's gonna tell us how he likes to have sex with strippers.
There you go.
See, that might be my goal for Brothering Around. Actually, it's just turn it into fucking nonsense.
So I'm gonna be like the Billy Mitchell, just like, no, you cannot, no.
Yeah, no, that is edited clearly.
When I'm not here, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have to record in the other room. This is my room.
Yeah, you could call it Chewy in the Fuckface show or something.
That format works so well. You just say a normal kind of name, and then you say a curse word with another word attached to it.
A curse word, and yeah.
Oh, but it's perfect every time. Donkey and the fuck punch coming at you. Like, what? Oh my god! It's like, what channel?
Is this satellite radio?
Yeah, it's like, wait, are we Sirius XM? Please renew.
Oh man. My goal would be just to have a broad spectrum of topics and guests, and just be a place just to chill and talk.
Yeah, because I see it sort of like how Rooster Teeth had their show type things, to where they just had the people on the couch, and then they could kind of go over whatever. But they could have a theme one time. They could play goofy games in front of the camera, like not even just video games, but like they could play, Yahtzee, or they could have a board game night, and then they could do Twister, and then they could, just ridiculous stuff. Like we could have our own studio. We each have our own cubicle. Like Brothering Around is the full-time gig. Like that's what we do. And
that
then like
awesome.
We have advertisers pay us to do it.
Yeah. Oh, a definite goal would be for, like, if an audience does get bigger, that they just send us questions beyond questions beyond questions. that we have to filter. That we have to filter, because like, oh my gosh, we're so popular that we have all these questions.
Yeah.
We have to handpick these.
Yeah. Guys, we're not taking any questions this week because we still have 3 weeks worth of questions.
Yeah, guys, just calm down. Jesus.
Oh.
Not even for popularity's sake, just because, I love to answer some questions.
Yeah, we should make that round anyway. We should just take some stuff, like on all of our Twitch streams, just be like, hey, go send us a question on Twitter.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hit us up on that Twitter.
I would love, like, don't get me wrong, like the full-time gig thing would be awesome. But I would be content with doing a panel. Like doing
sure.
Oh yeah.
Panel at PAX.
I thought about that before. Like what music would we come out to? And like we would actually like work the crowd. Like I thought about that shit.
Yeah.
I think like one of the beauties of it is like at least for me, one of my songs from my Twitch stream, people kind of say like when they hear it, they're like, I know that I'm getting ready for your stream. So it'd be like I think it would be individual themes at that point, where it's just like everybody comes out to something and it's like just kind of hype shit up. And then this dopey bitch comes out, and I'm just like, meh.
World famous 2-time champs in Field of Power.
Yeah. Oh.
Also, doing a podcast with Sex Ferguson would be awesome.
Oh my god! If we somehow got him on the show,
that would be amazing.
If I ever decide to take a trip to get a tattoo, he has a shop in Georgia.
He does.
I would fucking go down there.
Brother, he not only has a shop in Georgia, he has a fucking wrestling school in Georgia.
He does as well. Yeah.
Yes, he does. Yeah. The Good Brother Dojo?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
If we could graduate from the Good Brother fucking dojo, holy shit.
That would be terrific.
I wouldn't even want a wrestling job. I would just want to be able to say I graduated and like get a t-shirt. And like too sweet some people and be like, that's it, man. I just trained here. That's cool. Peace. Yep. I'll be a weekend warrior.
Says I'm a good brother.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah, my Cracker Jack toy says I'm a good brother.
So basically, all I'm hearing is road trip, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Cool.
I think so. Absolutely.
What about you, Moriarty? What would be your goal?
Oh God.
It's a tough question for sure.
It is a tough question. And I've also been full of shitty answers tonight, as in no answers. So, fuck.
Okay, I'll put it to you this way: from your PAX experience, your most recent PAX experience, you went to PAX, you didn't get the PAX pox, you did good, did good work.
Yes,
what would you take from that experience? Like, is there a goofy story that happened to you? Is there something? Is there something like super memorable that you're like, oh my god, I gotta either relive this or never think about this again? Like either or, because that but like we take this to the grave type shit. Like,
oh god. I saw Jacksepticeye twice in the same day.
Okay.
Oh.
That was interesting. I was with Zonky and Giant goes, holy crap, there's Jacksepticeye. He's like on the same escalator as us, just like a couple steps below us.
Yeah.
And he eventually kind of ducks aside to take a picture. I did not have the balls to like even say hi or anything. And like then he like walked by me later on in the day when I was like sitting like across from the Twitch fucking area, like right outside the partner lounge, because of course I can't go in. But we're just hanging out and he just like walks on by. It's like, okay.
It was one of those celebrities. They're people too.
Yes,
moments.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I think it'd be kind of awesome to actually like, meet fans.
Yeah.
I think that'd be spectacular.
That would be awesome.
Like,
and then
just like out in the wild, like, oh hey, I know you. Let's get a picture.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, and I know it would happen, is they would bring stuff up from like years ago. And I would have no inkling what the fuck they were talking. Like,
you were listening back then?
I picture that in my mind. They'll be like, whenever you went off on the fucking Bobby Flay stuff, and I'm like, what did I say about Bobby Flay? Like, I'll just completely forget. And that's the thing is, whenever you see, famous actors and stuff, and you're like, Tom Cruise, what was it like filming the first Mission Impossible? He's like, I don't fucking remember. And you're like, how can you not remember? That was an amazing movie. But now I get it. You do, over 1,000 podcasts. You do live shows. You do video stuff. And they're like, remember that time you were talking about... See, I can't even think of an example because I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. Like, I don't know. And then they're like, that was so great whenever you were on Nitro Beard in 2006 and you said such and such. And I'm like, nope.
Remember that time?
Great, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And you accidentally uploaded it at the same thing as your Game of the Year video.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah, like
you're just like, sadly, I do. I mean, I used to go to Chiller Theater, Fangoria convention up in Jersey all the time, and Tom Savini was always there. Yeah. And now this is where I'm kind of going with this, because it could go the way you're saying, or it can go the way it went for him, where everybody was walking up going, oh, you had the cock pistol from this movie. And he's just like, fucking, I've done other shit than that. Like,
right.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, that's all he would hear is just like, oh, you were Sex Machine in Dust Till Dawn. He's just like, I also did the visual effects for the first Friday the 13th. I did the remake of Night of the Living Dead. I've done this. I've done that. I was in Dawn of the Dead and all the other stuff. And he just can list off stuff. And then all they wanted to hear was, so how'd that gun work? And it was a fucking prop. Like,
yeah, it didn't work at all.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if like the pro wrestlers get that a lot. Like, hey, Ric Flair.
Oh yeah.
Woo! Like, just that. Like,
well, I mean, Sasha's got her whole issue right now with the fact that she got all pissy with fans because they wanted an autograph. And all the workers are like, yeah, I mean, they basically are the people that are paying your fucking paycheck. So don't.
don't poo-poo it.
Yeah.
It's true, man. I mean, that's a tough racket. It really is a tough racket. This whole show business thing, you know, we might be on the amateur level. We might be those weekend warriors right now, but you never know. You never know who's going to break out big. You never know where the future's going to go. And we definitely won't know what the fuck we were talking about. So if you're a fan and you come up to us and shake our hands, just be like, hey, I love your work. A lot of your stuff made me laugh. You can definitely feel free to bring up anything we've said. Anything. At any time, be like, oh, and you said the thing about the, you know,
there's no guarantee that we'll remember.
Yeah, we'll just nod and be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I did do that thing.
Time you said that shit about CM Punk and how you don't like him, and I'm just like, yes. I remember every fucking second.
Vividly. I read it from a script that I have saved in my hard drive. That's how much I remember it.
Don't punch me in the stomach for my views, but yes, that is how I feel.
Oh, man. See, and that really makes me, because I think, you know what, one of the things that would be quoted all the time would be? Our 80s action movie. The 80s action movie we made.
If they heard it,
If they heard it, it would have, oh, God. We need to relive it. We need to redo it one time. We need to just scope this all out. We'll just do an hour and a half of workshopping. Brothering Around Theater. Masterpiece Theater.
You've been throwing that a lot lately, so it sounds like it's about to be a thing.
Sounds like it's percolating.
It's turning into an idea. It's like, if Sex Ferguson can get over some of our stuff, it's got to get over.
If he was our police captain.
Oh my God! If Sex Ferguson, I'm just hopped up on so many somas. I'm gonna shit myself.
I don't care what you do. Just give me some gas station dick pills, some rats, and we're good to go.
And like evidence.
Yeah. Give me the convict gimmick. Get me over to Stu. Let him stretch him out a little bit. It'll be good. Oh, man. But I think that is it for the new and improved Brothering Around. Good times. Good times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we got one person on the bad brother list.
So far.
It might keep growing. You never know. But you know who's good brothers? Everyone in this room right now. Everyone in this chat right now. And here's the thing. Everyone listening. You're all good brothers. You're honorary VIP members, Hall of Famers on that good brother
your
list.
Name's Bobby Flay.
Yeah. Fucking.
You could be a listener, Bobby Flay, and you'd still be on the list. Sorry,
that's true. Sorry. And I mean, don't you always feel bad for someone like it's some 18-year-old kid from Jersey, and he's like, "I'm not that Bobby Flay," and it's like it doesn't matter. Just guilty by association. Go talk to your other boy, Bobby Flay, and then you'll know why. But. That's our time. So I'm Wes Gardner. That's Marco Flores. That's Moriartea. And that is ToddEVF. And we will see you guys next week here on Brothering Around.